It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by Washita Valley Respiratory Care, where you can breathe a little easier, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. On this day in 1914, one of the most important figures in the history of pro wrestling was born. Vincent James McMahon, known as Vince Sr. to his associates, was the son of wrestling and boxing promoter Jess McMahon. As a kid, McMahon would often accompany his father to Madison Square Garden, where he would later begin learning the family business. McMahon saw the tremendous potential for growth that the pro wrestling industry had in the era following World War II, especially with the development of television and its need for new programming. Similar to boxing, wrestling took place primarily within a small ring and could be covered adequately by one or two cameras, and venues for it could readily be assembled in TV studios, lessening production costs. McMahon's group, the Capital Wrestling Corporation, came to dominate professional wrestling in the 50s and 60s in the nation's most populous area, the Northeast. In 1956, the promotion began airing matches on television, and in 1963 changed its name to the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Despite its name, the WWF was, like all wrestling promotions of that era, mostly a regional operation. It was, however, the one that came to dominate the most lucrative region. In her autobiography, wrestler The Fabulous Moolah claimed that McMahon was one of the first promoters to split gate proceeds with his wrestlers. Unlike his son, Vince Sr. believed that the job of a promoter should be kept backstage or behind the scenes and should never interfere with the action in the ring. As a result, McMahon almost never came down to the squared circle. He can, however, clearly be seen standing ringside during the infamous Madison Square Garden alley fight between Sergeant Slaughter and Pat Patterson. Though McMahon appeared in the 1974 movie The Wrestler in a cast that was dominated by then-popular wrestlers, he believed that wrestlers should remain wrestlers and not branch off into other forms of media. In 1982, McMahon sold the World Wrestling Federation, as it was renamed 2 years earlier, to his son and his company Titan Sports. Vince Jr. set out to make the WWF national and even worldwide in scope. His competitive tactics were successful, and the WWF, which became World Wrestling Entertainment in 2002, quickly became the most prominent export of sports entertainment. Vince Sr. passed away of pancreatic cancer on May 24, 1984, at the age of 69. And was posthumously inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame class of 1996 by his grandson Shane, who, with his sister Stephanie, have been groomed to succeed their father in running the WWE. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me every Monday through Friday morning for Trivia Tracks on Fox Sports Camden 97.1.